Hi, how are you? Hans, right?
Yeah, right. Thank you calling me. Yeah. And how can I call you? Sami
Sammy,
Diaz? Sam?
you can call me Sammy. Sammy is fine.
Yeah, Sami. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, Sami.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Hans. I see you're from Korea, right?
yeah, that's right. I'm still living here. Yeah.
In
Mm.
Korea, what part of South Korea?
Yeah, here very close to the South Sea in Korean
Um,
Peninsula. Yeah.
oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. What's the
Yeah.
name?
Uh, this city name is Suncheon. Yeah, I can type this. Yeah, Suncheon
Suncheon.
City. Yeah.
Suncheon.
Here not has a heavy population. Yeah, about only 300,000 people living here. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Mm.
Very good, very good. Lots of people that I speak to, they're from Seoul or near Seoul.
Yeah,
So I guess
yeah,
it's like city like. But then, what are you doing? Are you originally from here, from
yeah,
Suncheon?
yeah. From here. I born here. I'm living here. Yeah.
Very nice. But not a lot of people get to spend their lives in the place where they were born, right? Sometimes because of many reasons, you're forced to move to a different city. But I think it's nice that you're able to be there. So very good, very
Yeah.
good. And
Thank
mhm,
you. Yeah. Many in Korea. Yeah. My country is very quickly developed. That means
mhm.
make people's uh, annually moving to other place for their business, for their living.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. There is my family is from Mexico, right?
Mm.
So there is a famous what do you call them? Influencer. And I
Hmm.
think her name is like Sujin, like something like that. Or Sung
Sujin, yeah. In
Su
Korean
I
name?
think so. Let me tell you.
Mhm.
Uh Here she is. Her name I think is Suchin, maybe? I want to say.
Sujin, Sujin, right?
I think or Sujong.
Yeah, Sujang,
Anyway,
Sujang.
Sujong, right? That sounds more Korean. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
That does sound more
That name
Korean.
is Korean name. Yeah,
Yes. And
absolutely.
she became quite popular because she moved to Mexico.
Mhm.
And she talks a lot about the rhythm that people follow in Korea and how there's a lot of competition and you have to be the best and you have to study, 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 study and be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best at everything. And so because of that, she developed these stress disorder, I guess, in which she started to get really depressed. And one time, eventually, she stopped being able to do things on her own. She was at a hospital because she had burnout syndrome. And her
Aha, I see.
parents didn't know what to do with her. So eventually, they decided to send her to a different country. So she ended up in Mexico. And she became quite famous, and she does a lot of comparison between Korean culture and Mexican culture and how it's totally different, right? Totally
Yeah.
different. But one thing that shocked me, Hans, was when
Mm.
she talked about the noise, that you're not supposed to make noise in Korea, and that if you're on the bus, you have to stay quiet, right? And if your phone rings in the bus, people are like, why is your phone ringing, And she mentioned about the neighbors, that your neighbor can actually call the police if you're making too much noise. And I was like, what? That's so shocking.
That's true. I never imagined that. Probably his life is a little different than me. Yeah, yeah. When people, when yeah, in here, when neighbor having the just once or twice noises, loud noises with their friend, we can understand that happens. But if some guys having the heavy noise and keep going the heavy noise, then we call the police for them. Yeah. But once or twice we can just keep calm. We can
Ignore
just
it.
and enduring that. Yeah.
I was a little bit shocked, because I have a child and my child is so noisy. And I was
Mm.
wondering, I'm like, what if I live there? My neighbors would hate me. I would be in prison by now for being too noisy, I think.
But in Korea, has the little unbearable things here
Mhm,
about noise. Yeah, because South Korea has a lot of apartment with the
mhm,
high heights apartment.
yeah. Many stories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Now recent apartment has the 20 floors and 25 floors. It makes
Mhm,
high. Yeah, but construction company want to save money when they building the apart. It is makes
mhm,
make the happens when kids playing the in the living room at the upper floors. Then that noise easily spread downstairs. Yeah, yeah.
mhm,
It is make the a lot of arguing between the neighbors.
mhm.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that would be an issue.
Sometimes raged people killing the someone's neighbor people killing. Yeah, I can see that kind of news two, twice or third times annually here. Yeah,
Really?
in
That
the
the
apartment.
neighbor that the neighbors kill the other neighbor
Yeah, yeah. Kill the other neighbor.
because of the
Reason
noise.
by noise. Yeah.
Imagine that. I could never live there. We could, wow.
But unusual happens. Just rare happens. But
Mhm.
some people's having the very weakness mentals and they
Yes,
easily reacting
get
from
stressed out.
that outside happens. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
And I
most people is well living.
Wow. And I guess this probably happens in bigger cities, right? Because bigger cities mean more work and people are more stressed out. So that is probably
Yeah,
wow.
sometimes I visit the Seoul and Busan. Yeah, but when you're working there about the nearby sub trains, yeah, then people is very quickly moving. They are working on the street, but they look as running
Mhm. Mhm.
for
My
commute
goodness.
to their workplace or back to their homes. But I'm a lazy person. Yeah, I'm slowly working like a snail.
I love that. I love that. I don't want to be pressured. I want to be able to work slowly. And so that's nice. So what do you do, Hans? What type of job
Mm,
do you do?
yeah, I have a job, but my job struggle now means not made income here.
Because
uh,
like this is, are you in your office? This looks like your office.
yeah, my office. Yeah, it is my academy. Yeah, about the English teaching academy, but still alone here. I need the customers.
You need the, but what is it like morning time, nighttime for you? I think it's morning.
And here is the morning time still. Yeah, 11:55. Yeah, a.m.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
uh, but
Oh,
close to the afternoon. Yeah,
oh, okay. So this is an English academy. Will you teach English there?
yeah. I want to teaching the local people here. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Hmm.
yeah.
Very
I want
nice.
to help them. Yeah.
Hmm.
Many people keep practicing about the learning English, but most people should be paired when they early time. Yeah,
Hmm.
because they couldn't make the basic structures about the English in their brain. Yeah, I want
Hmm.
to help that pointers. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Wow, I see. Well, yes, I feel like in a lot of countries, English has to
Mm.
be implemented differently. I think that there's still people that do worry more about the grammar, and to me, grammar means no learning. I'm like, who cares
Yeah,
about the grammar?
yeah, you know that yeah, grammar necessary things, but first need the uh, s- speakable abilities before
Yes.
the getting the grammar abilities. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because
Yeah.
grammar is just follow the to the speakable people. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not necessary. Actually, I don't learn about the grammar. Yeah, just sometimes just when I yeah, actually I just figure out the grammar's logics when I try the speaking. Yeah, yeah, very naturally.
Yes, and I think that's how it should be, you know. I remember that we had a class in school at the university recently, and they were like, let's review your grammar, right? And it was like, Sammy, tell me a sentence. And I was like, oh, I'm drinking water. And he's like, who's the subject? And I panic. I'm like, who's the subject? Do I have a problem? Like, who's the subject, you know? And the teacher goes like, I think the subject is you.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. When people say some things, then that people is a subject all alone. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. I have to know these things because of Cambly, right? But sometimes when I first started on Cambly, I remember that I had a lot of students that wanted to know about grammar. And I mean, I learned about grammar in school, right? I'm not like an expert, but
Mhm.
I learned about it. And so sometimes they would ask me weird things like, what is the perfect present, like perfect past present? I don't know. I was like, you know what? Let me Google it.
Yeah, yeah, perfect is not perfect when people say perfect grammars. Yeah, yeah, talking is just a very natural way of the communications. Uh,
Mhm.
and yeah, it is needs the flow of the very flexible talkings and transfer about the each means to the each
Mhm.
others. I was thinking about the grammar is just the burst for the helping to the accuracy of the speaking. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. I think.
Yes. And like nowadays, in the US, grammar it's not like people who speak English might not even be conscious of the grammar, and some might not even say like correct grammar things or correct grammatical things. I remember that one time in one of my classes, the teacher was like, fish is one, but fish is also many. Like, there's no such thing as fishes, it's just fish. And it could be one or more than one, right? So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that, right? And then I went on and someone said fishes. And I was like, no, you don't say fishes because fish could be one or two. And apparently you do. Like, it's not grammatically correct, but people say fishes when speaking
Yeah,
about more than one fish. And I was like, huh. So
yeah.
there's many things, there's many things when it comes to grammar. Um,
Yeah, the other Asian students they try to exams about the English, but they usually only about the papers. Papers
mhm.
need the writing about the correct grammars for make the
Yeah.
100% corrections answer. That is
Yeah,
why they demand about a lot of grammars from you.
absolutely, because it's so necessary, I guess, for like exams or books or, different
Yeah,
things. So,
but
yeah.
that very grammar like people kind of the fraud in the pond.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right. It's not always, it's necessary. What
but
about you?
don't tell to someone yourself like this.
Just keep that to yourself. Just keep that to yourself.
Okay.
Very good. All right, Hans. It was nice to speak to you. I hope I get to see you again.